Howard, tell us, how do we create a marketing plan?
How do you create a marketing plan? You know, my clients say that if I had a budget, I'd be dangerous. Really what you have to do is you have to start off with understanding the budget, because anyone can create a dream marketing plan for accomplishing your goal, but it's likely to cost $1 million plus. So you really have to understand you know, the budget parameters you're working in. And then you always want to create a tick list, and you want to say, okay, is this the most effective medium for reaching this audience, and is it affordable? Let's say we were working for a live theater company, right, and they wanted to promote a play. So one of the best ways to promote a play or a movie is really the visual to tell the story is through a movie, is through a trailer or through a commercial. Television is phenomenal, okay? The problem is television, for the most part, unaffordable, okay, for a live theater company. If you're not like, you know, the Mervish with a massive, you know, production. But part of your tick list, because we're talking generically now, would be television. Television doesn't work. Then how about radio? So is my audience likely to be listening to the radio? Are they in cars, right? Are they driving to work? Are they driving home from work? Is it an audience that's listening to music? And once you decide that you're interested in radio, then you have to get into all of the issues of, okay, now which radio station is most appropriate for my audience? Are they most likely to be listening to rock and roll? Or are they listening to News Talk 1010 and talk radio? Are we looking for an older demographic with Classic 96.3? Or are we looking for the boomers with Boom 97.3? So what is the appropriate you know, station for you? And in each of these choices, whether it's the medium itself, like TV versus radio, or it's am I going on CP24 or am I going on City TV for breakfast television, there's always costs associated with the different vertical and the different specific channel. So we have television, we have print, and we have radio. So we talked about television and radio. The other is print. Is print appropriate? Do we need it? Do we need to be able to tell a story? For print, once again, are we interested in a daily or a weekly? Right? If we're using Toronto as an example, Toronto Star, family focus, mainstream, largest circulation. Great, very expensive. Globe and Mail, more national focus, more business focused, very expensive. Toronto Sun, more blue collar, National Post. So you have to go through your 4 dailies and understand who meets your target audience. Maybe it's not a daily, maybe it's a weekly, right? So perhaps it's more appropriate to do the Thornhill Liberal or the Town Crier. Cheaper, local, more community. Then there's sort of like the weekly magazines that come to your home, was like, you know, the Bayview Post or the Forest Hill Post. You sort of get into the weeklies. Maybe you're going for a younger demographic that's sort of more university. So you're looking at the Grid, which has just got relaunched from the Star. You're looking for Now magazine. So you have to go through all of the print vehicles and determine what's appropriate and what's affordable. Okay, then you might move to outdoor, and outdoor can be very effective. You see those, you know, big digital, you know, billboards at Yonge and Dundas. You see bus shelters. You see, you know, wrapping buses. So what are all your outdoor alternatives? Outdoor always very, very, very effective, and even more effective in the summer than in the winter. Right? Because people are more likely to be inside in the winter and outside in the summer. If you're in a city like Toronto, subways, very effective. One of the most effective pieces of out-of-home. They used to call it outdoors. They don't call it outdoors anymore. Today they call it out-of-home, because out-of-home could be you're in the downtown underground and you're seeing a poster, a billboard, or a digital message. You can be in the subway or you can be out of the home on a big billboard. So is that stuff appropriate? Okay, and then you deal with the whole online world. And the online world, I always say, is it cheaper than some of the traditional media? Yes. Okay, it's not always right, and it's not free. So you can do natural organic search and you can optimize your websites, but if you're doing a paid campaign, it's a paid campaign. It's a little bit more controllable in terms of where you're going, but you have to know where you're going. There's all these search engines in terms of paid search as opposed to organic search, but most people problematically don't really know what they're doing. So they think they understand how to implement Google search, and the guys who really know how to do it are basically beating them out. So that's why it's helpful to have somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. Some of the stuff that's more inexpensive, blogging or tweeting, you don't just sit there and have people follow your tweets or follow your blogs. You have to have something to say. And you have to be prepared to make the sacrifice to be consistent. So at least, is it once a day, 5 times a day, at minimum of once a week? And you have to really, no one cares if I'm going to the spa for the weekend. They really only care if I've got something to say about marketing because I supposedly know something about marketing. So once you sort of identify what are the appropriate medium and what are your costs, one of the other issues is reach and frequency. And the reach issue is, who am I going to reach, the breadth of people I'm going to reach. But I believe in media that frequency is equally as important. So one large ad in the newspaper can be effective, but for my money, I'm going to buy 7 smaller ads, 7 days of the week, and get that frequency, because you're going to miss people on that one day. So tons of media spending choices, a lot of analysis, and a lot of importance of really understanding who you're trying to reach and what kind of message you have.